Oliver here from the Hooked Camper YouTube channel, and over the next 4 days we're on SaltSpring Island, catching and cooking fish and exploring the island's towns, heritage and nature. Come along for the ride. Welcome to SaltSpring Island. Now, to the Airbnb. Nice. Look, a cat. Hello. So we're going to head into Ganges, which is SaltSpring Island's main hub. It's got all the shops and everything, so we'll check it out. Right, folks, we're just going to walk around Ganges in the main town here. Going to check out the water and the harbour. We're in the art shop. Chloe's looking around. She's in heaven. Ooh. Your hairbrush? Yeah, it's pretty clear. So we picked up some worms for fishing tomorrow while we were out in town. Alrighty, everybody. We are back, and I think it's time for some dinner. Got some sriracha mayonnaise. Should be good. Oh, it's a little bit rainy outside and it's almost dark, so we're gonna eat some dinner and just chillax, maybe watch something in the cabin here. Well, good morning, everybody. I think it's time for some coffee and breakfast. So I bought this big bag of coffee beans like a few weeks ago, actually, way before we even knew we were coming to SaltSpring Island, which is pretty funny because it's one of my favorite coffees so far. It's pretty good. Oh, almost. Bit of coconut sugar to be healthy. Oops. It's good. We are headed off because we're headed fishing at St. Mary's Lake, which apparently has some bass. Alright, everybody, welcome to St. Mary's Lake. Pretty nice. Oh look, there's a bunch of geese down there. Oh look, there's a little snake. Hello. That's cool. So that is a common garter snake. I've seen a few of those on our travels through Canada, and I don't think they're venomous, or at least they don't have much venom, so pretty harmless. Yeah. Well, this is a bit more enclosed than I thought it was, so I think we're going to try and find somewhere where I can fish from, get better access to the water. Alright. This looks like a better spot. Far more beach access. We've been fishing on and around this beach for about an hour and a half and absolutely nothing. So we're going to change location, see how we go. Well, see if there's any fish around, I guess. There we go. Nice little guy. Probably put it back to tiny. Tiny, it's even smaller than the last one. Nice. Throw him back as well. Another tiny one. Put him back as well. So I rotated through a few different lures and a fake plastic worm, and none of them seem to work. So I've just thrown a real worm on a bobber, which is currently floating around, and the lake has really calmed down. It was a little bit wavy and windy before, but it's nice and flat now. Another little one. These are really small, so I'm going to put this one back as well. Oh, that one's a bit bigger. That's a better size. Folks, I think we're ready to wrap it up. I've got his and hers now, decent size, so should be good for side dish for dinner. So I just dropped the fish off at the Airbnb after I filleted and scaled them, and then now we're going to head into Island Hub and maybe see a cidery or something like that. That was a nice place, but we have got some cooking to do, so we are headed back to the Airbnb to barbecue some stuff up. Alright, we're back at the Airbnb, and I'm excited to barbecue up some fish and chicken for dinner. I'm not sure what else we're gonna have, but we'll do a side as well. Ooh, nice. Alrighty, we've got our fillets here, and the barbecue is heating up nicely. So just prep and season these, and cut the chicken, and then chuck it all on. Alright, we have our bass and some chicken, some parboiled and then fried potatoes, and a salad mix with some crunchy bits and salad dressing. This should be delicious. I'm excited to try this bass. Let's see. It's pretty good, actually.
It's very good.
It is good. Well, folks, dinner was delicious. And we're just going to have a shower and then hop into bed, maybe watch a movie, and then I'll see you guys in the morning for some more adventures. Good morning. It is raining. It's kind of cold this morning. It's about 12 degrees. I think it's time for some coffee, some breakfast, and then we'll head out on some exploration today. So because it's so rainy today, we're gonna head into town and check out a few indoors activities, some stores and things. And then if it clears up later, we might go to a park. And I'm hoping to go to a cheese maker on the south side of the island as well. Outdoor Emporium was really cool. Had lots of vintage outdoorsy stuff and axes and all sorts. Alright, we got some SaltSpring Island chocolate chip here. We got some dark chocolates. And try them out. Got a mint. I like it. Subtle mint. And we got a salted chocolate here. I like it. Weird combo that works. So we're just on our way to the cheese place, and there's a little farm stand on the side of the road. You can check it out. Nice. Tomatoes, dried pears. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna buy this carton of quail eggs. Only $5, which is pretty cheap. So if you're in South SaltSpring Island, don't forget to check out the Ambledale Farm Stand. And they have glamping available as well. Such a cool little stand here. Ooh, chickens. Damn, there's heaps of chickens. That's a big chicken. Alright everybody, we have picked up some goat's milk gelato and some goat's style brie cheese. So we've got mango and vanilla and chocolate and caramel here to try. I'm excited to see what they taste like. Right, let's try this chocolate. That's so good. It just tastes like normal ice cream. Yeah. Caramel. That's good. It's like salted almost. Now the mango. That's good. That's like real fruit taste. Now we're gonna do a little barn walkthrough where the goats live. Look at them. Oh, they're fighting. Hello. Wait a minute. That's not a goat. What cute little goats. Now I think we're going to walk through the cheese factory viewing area. Cool. Look at all those cheeses in the little baskets there. Factory floor, huh? Nice. It was pretty cool to see the process of how they make the cheese here. We're going to look at their meat selection. They've got some frozen meats for sale, and then I think we'll head off. Alright, we picked up some lamb shoulder chops for dinner, and we're going to head, I think, to a farm stall on the way to Ruckle Park. Well, we didn't end up buying anything from that farm stand, but we'll continue on to Ruckle Park. Alright, we just stopped at the Ruckle Park Heritage Farm stand where they've got some things for sale, and there's some more goats over here. Chloe's checking them out. They're just chilling. Alright, we just parked at the Heritage Farm parking lot, and we can do a little loop that takes us down to the historic orchard and farm buildings, which would be pretty cool. And then we can come back and keep going towards the water. They're just chilling. So, Ruckle Farm was founded in 1872 here at Beaver Point, and was about 338 acres of land. So here is the pigsty, which was built in 1930. Pretty impressive, it's still standing. So this is one of the farm's oldest buildings, the forge. And it was built between 1878 and 1880. And the log ends were cut and squared with an axe. That's some incredible craftsmanship. Nice flush. So we just came down to Ruckle Park. So we're going to do a mini hike and check out the area. Alright, so here we are, and we're going to do a short walk to this unnamed point here. A little lookout, have a look, and then we'll come back and then head up to Beaver Point. Look at this little bay, this is crazy. It's so clear. Holy moly. So I just found this bone stuck in a log. Looked pretty big, so I looked it up. And apparently it's the right femur of a California sea lion. That's crazy. Towards the point, the water is so clear. I hope we see a seal or something, or some wildlife of some kind. Whoa, this is crazy. This water is so clear. I wish I had my fishing rod. I don't even know if you're allowed to fish here, but I wish it was. The weather has completely changed from this morning. It was raining heavily, and now it's just almost fully clear blue skies. And it's warmed up a little bit. It's perfect temperature. Right, we just came back from the small unnamed point, and we're headed further along the trail up towards Beaver Point, which should be super cool. So here at Beaver Point was where the old wharf used to be, which was owned by Henry Ruckle, which had the huge farmland here, gave contact to Vancouver Island before the steamer service began in 1889. So Henry Ruckle's daughter, Agnes, painted this, which depicts the wharf built by her father Henry, and the bottom was painted by Gwen Ruckle and depicts the general store, post office, and residence of a Mr. and Mrs. William Patterson from 1915 until the 1950s. Then, when the ferry service moved from Beaver Point to Fulford Harbour, the Patterson business moved with it. There's a whole bunch of sea lions just swimming right in front of the rocks here. Oh, this is cool. All the seaweed, look, gets stuck in this. So just out there was, I think, either porpoises or the white-sided Pacific dolphin, which are a smaller type of dolphin with a big white stripe on the side, but they looked similar to a normal dolphin, so I think they're porpoises. Well, this has been such a cool little mini hike adventure, but it's getting later and it's getting dark, so I think we'll head back to the Airbnb in time for dinner. Okay, everybody, home sweet home. Right, we've got a nice lamb here. I'm going to put some salt. Okay, now we're going to boil quail eggs. I've never cooked them before, so apparently you just put them in water and then bring it to a boil and let them boil for 4 minutes. Now we're just taking the quail eggs out. Alright, let's try one of these quail eggs, huh? It tastes like a normal chicken egg, to be honest. It's just smaller. I've got some goat's brie that I put a bit of honey on. Take a bite out of this. Lamb. Well, it is our last day tomorrow on SaltSpring Island. So we're going to head to bed, and I'll see you guys in the morning for the end of our adventure. Well, good morning, everybody. We are checking out of our little Airbnb, and we're headed into town to the famous SaltSpring Treehouse Cafe. Well, we just had a coffee at the Treehouse Cafe, and we're just going to walk to a spot to grab some brunch. Okay, we just got back from Buzzy's Luncheonette, which is in SaltSpring and does the Montreal smoked meat style sandwiches. And I just picked one up, and it's huge. It's the same size as my face. So we're gonna eat it. Holy moly. Look at the size of this thing. And a pickle. So it comes topped with, I think it's called a latke, something like that. I think it's like a fried potato cake. Let's try it. It's good. It's loaded. I don't even know how I'm gonna eat this. That's so good. Look at the size of this sandwich. It's delicious. It's pretty filling though, so I'm getting full. More power for it. We're headed to Fulford Harbour to catch the ferry back to Vancouver Island. Alright, we made it to the Fulford Harbour ferry terminal, and it looks like there's a lot of cars here, so I hope we make the sailing. Well, we made it back to Vancouver Island. If you like this video, stay tuned, because next week we are headed to Tofino for 5 days. So I'll see you guys next week.